Happy May, my gorgeous, my beautiful, my ever so precious Pisces. You are going to have so much to look forward to this month indeed. Basically, your number this month is going to be number 10. Number 10 is all about you actually having a really big change. You're dealing with a really big change, but especially when it comes to your home, especially when it comes to your immediate environment, especially when it comes to people around you, especially when it comes to your family, your loved ones, and things like that. This is all going to be really, really important when it comes to the actual May 2019. There is a really big change that you're going to be focusing on, and this change is going to be huge. This change is going to be really big, and the only reason why you're going to be able to focus on this change in particular is only because your financial situation is going to change. It's going to start changing for the better. I don't want you to get scared. Oh my God, my financial situation is going to change. No, baby, no. This is actually going to be really, really good. This is actually going to be really brilliant, and this is going to be the beginning of something really important indeed. As you have got number 10 in numerology this month, number 10 is very significant, and number 10 is basically consisting of two numbers. Of course, it's number 1 and number 0. Okay, so number 1 is all about a new beginning, something strong, something powerful, something very significant, something new, something life-changing, something very motivating, and something that is just going to be very big part of something else later on. So it's all about planting these particular seeds throughout the May, which is exactly what is going to happen to you in May. And 0, so it's number 1 is what I just mentioned. 0, for example, I'm still talking about number 10. 0, it's all about the adventure, all about you enjoying yourself, all about you doing things spontaneously, all about like you having the certain strength and certain power to do and to go towards the certain direction that you wanted to go in a really long time. Well, let me tell you something, Pisces. This is an important month, and this is the month that you're also going to have a lot of confidence in order to do what you wanted to do in a really long time. So there's going to be a really big movement. There's going to be a really big change that is going to stem from the actual fact that it's all starting to change really nicely and really swiftly, if I can say like this, and especially those areas and those parts of your life that have been stagnated for the last 24 months. Now this is all going to start making sense indeed. There is something really important about to be revealed to you this month as well. This importance that is going to be revealed to you this month is just going to be connected to somebody else, somebody who means to you so much, and to the certain, and it's also going to be connected to some kind of certain disagreement that you had with this person. The certain disagreement that you had with that person not that long ago left a little bit of like a bitter taste in your mouth, but then it's just as the time went by, you were like kind of realizing more and more something very specific and something very particular about yourself, and something very significant about yourself, something that you may be doing wrong, something that you may be doing wrong, something the way you're acting, something the way you're reacting, and something the way, you know, something what you do like on daily basis, you know, something that's part of you. Maybe there is going to be realization that you need to change a certain part of you. So this is also going to be really important when it comes to you, and when it comes to May, my beautiful babies. There's going to be really interesting realization, but as I said, you just need to kind of like just really focus and do things what you need to do, and just do like you know, just go up like a one step at a time, and you will see exactly that this wonderful unfoldment of all the situations that I already mentioned. There is, in a business wise, you see it's just like a certain practicality that is going to become really evident, and that particular practicality and that particular trail that, about you and about what you do and about your focus on, is just going to bring some kind of realization that it's also going to become really life-changing idea. And number 3 is going to be your lucky number throughout this month. Number 3 is going to be your lucky number. Okay, so if you can have number 3 like in your pocket, written on a little bit of paper, and maybe write number 3 on your hand, on your arm, or like maybe if you have a pendant with number 3, as long as you attach yourself to this particular energy of number 3, you're just going to get this wonderful energy going throughout the month indeed. When it comes to the actual health, I think it's going to be really wonderful, and I think that the energy levels are going to be quite good indeed throughout this month, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. But also it is very important for you to do like the certain exercises when it comes to your shoulders or when it comes to your neck, because this is most certainly going to be rather sensitive area. So it's your shoulders and your neck. So it's really important to just basically just to sleep correctly, have the right amount of hours to sleep. You know, you need to get rest, you need to have a really nice rest. and also like basically when it comes to your shoulders and when it comes to your neck, just make sure that you are doing the right exercises, and especially when it comes to your neck area. So it's just like if you look on the left and if you look on the right, if you look up, you look down, then you just go really gently with your head like this, then you go backwards. Just really nice exercises if you can do throughout the month, and this is going to help you quite a lot, and it's also going to help you to clear the blockage indeed. And make sure that you are sleeping on the right pillow. Make sure you're having the right pillow, like a really good quality pillow if possible, because the pillow is just so important indeed. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, I'm going to start with the very first date that you need to pay attention to indeed, and the very first date is going to be on the 2nd of May. The 2nd of May is going to be like a little bit of a weird one, because it's just going to be on your mind, certain unsatisfaction, something that you started not that long ago, and then it's just going to be you thinking and focusing and you're going to be directing your energy towards this situation. And what is actually going to happen is you're going to realize that you're unsatisfied with a certain stage of your life, and that unsatisfaction is just going to make you realize that it's time to move on really from this situation, from this what you were focusing on. Time to move on from square number 1 to square number 2 indeed. And also there is a certain journey that is also going to become very important in this particular journey. It's not just any type of the journey. If you book a journey in this particular day, it's going to be very important, because it is just going to be this particular energy attached to this journey. But that on another hand also means that there is a spiritual awakening waiting for you once you go on this trip or journey, whenever you decide to go, as long as it's booked, like I suppose on this particular day. It doesn't have to be on the exact day on the 2nd of May, but it could be on the 1st of May, 2nd of May, on the 3rd of May. So you've got the 3 days to play with. If you do book a holiday on this particular one of these 3 days, there is some kind of spiritual awakening experience going to be waiting for you, and this is going to be really important. So you don't need to go on the trip like within these 3 days, but as long as you book on one of these days, it could be like booked in a year later, as long as this energy from this particular days is attached to it, it's going to be fine. What else I was going to say, that the 2nd of May is just going to be so important indeed. Before you go to sleep, you're just going to have so many ideas, and you're going to kind of have so much power. You're going to feel all this vibrant and all this beautiful energy you're actually going to feel, and this is absolutely brilliant. Okay, this is going to be absolutely, this wonderful energy that you're going to feel, it's going to be absolutely brilliant, because it is just going to motivate you and motivate you and motivate you indeed. It is all going to be about your suspension, your transition, your change, and it's just all about your rebirth and readjustment. And you're going to realize a very important thing by the end of the day indeed. Very, very important thing you're going to realize here, my beautiful Pisces. And you're going to realize, in order to go through your own personal rebirth, okay, you are going to need to make a certain sacrifice and certain readjustment. And this readjustment, it's important, because this readjustment is going to be the main reason why your balance is going to be affected a little bit. But the only reason why your balance is going to be affected a little bit, it's only because you're just going to step into the unknown, and that in itself is just going to shake your energy a little bit and just confuse you a little bit. But this is going to be really brilliant, because that is the needed energy that is just going to kind of make you aware and kind of make you realize something really, really important in your life, that it's about to manifest, And the second date that I think is going to be like a really important is, of course, going to be the 16th of May. The one thing that I was going to say to you, I highly suggest, like, especially when you're going through the changes here, okay, especially when you're going through the changes, especially when you're going through the certain the spiritual changes, through your own readjustments, rebirth, and especially when you're thinking a lot, green aventuring is absolutely a must. And I think that the green aventuring is just going to be very important for you to have throughout May and June 2019, because a lot is going to be happening. You're going to be making really important changes, you're going to be making really important decisions, and this is a lot to do with your finances, this is a lot to do with your career, and this is a lot to do with your stability and the next stage and the next journey of your life. Green aventuring is absolutely fantastic, because it can help you a lot with the concentration, with memory, and and especially when you're like concentrating and trying to do everything right and making really important decisions. You see, Green Aventurine has got the ability to keep you grounded, but at the same time it's attracting the finances and career. It's like all okay. So I highly suggest you to get like a Green Aventurine and to wear it throughout May and June 2019. Most certainly, my beautiful Pisces, this is something that you should wear. And this Green Aventurine comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this Green Aventurine is in the description below. And by buying this Green Aventurine, you're also supporting my channel, of course. So this is something that I highly recommend you to buy. Now, the second date, as I said, that I would like to warn you about is going to be on the 16th of May. On the 16th of May, you're just going to come across like a very kind of unusual situation. And the unusual situation is just going to make you realize a little danger that it's actually going to be connected not to you, not to your situation, but to somebody else's situation. You're going to realize this, and that in itself is going to be the new starting point, and that in itself is just going to make you think, and that in itself is just going to start something. It's going to trigger something in you. It's going to trigger something within you, and you're just going to kind of think, oh, I don't want to be in that particular situation. I don't want to go through this. You know, I want to like avoid this. And this is you kind of like just being in a really strong, powerful psychic mode. Indeed, this is your psychic mode that is actually going to make you realize, and you're going to be aware of the fact that something is just going to happen to somebody, and you're not going to like it. And if you didn't realize this on time, then that would have happened to you. But because you were able to perceive this like a kind of like a little bit of like an unknown situation that is like could be like a little bit danger, tiny little danger, and you will be able to feel this, you will be able to sense this, and that is just going to kind of make you to step back from the situation just a little bit, look at your situation from a slightly different angle on the 16th of May. Don't forget about it. And then what is going to happen after that is just going to be really wonderful, because there's the new idea that is going to come through, and you're going to start feeling very drawn to the new idea. Indeed, that idea is going to include you, and that idea is going to include you changing something really big about your life right now. Also, there is a very important invitation and opportunity that you're going to have on the 16th of May. The very important, this is just going to be really huge. This is going to be massive. This is going to be absolutely life-changing. This huge invitation or opportunity that it's going to arise is going to be so much important to you, because it's all about your personal advancement, attraction, and it's all about like a certain request that it's also going to be connected to it, but also very challenging situation indeed. Proposal and proposition. This is so important. I know you're going to be a little bit nervous, just a tiny little bit baby nervous, but you're going to be absolutely fine. There is a beautiful energy that you're going to have throughout May, so there's no need to be nervous, no need to be scared. It's a very strongly number 10 connected, and just remember that number 10, it's all about your lack as well. Don't worry, you will be absolutely fine. Just go for it. You're Pisces, my baby. You're swimming. Time to jump in the water right now. Okay. The next important date, my beautiful babies, is actually going to be on the 29th of May. Now, the 29th of May is going to be a very big achievement, very big realization. It's going to be a big smile on your face. You're going to feel really proud of your achievement. You're going to feel really proud of yourself. And this is so brilliant, because it's all about your own perfection, my babies. All about your own recognition. All about your honor. Ultimate change. This is going to lead towards the ultimate change. The 29th of May is going to be probably one of the most important dates this year so far. This is going to be one of the most important dates to you indeed. 29th of May, just remember, because this day is going to be the beginning of something big. This day is going to be the beginning of something new. This day is going to be the beginning of something really massive. And also, it is just all about your actual triumph, your actual rewards from your hard work, success, and admiration from others. This is all going to be in one, like a really big, really huge, really massive new starting point indeed. And something is going to be offered to to you in the form of like some kind of question, and the answer to that question, of course, is going to be yes. And that is just going to be something that is going to bring you even more power into your life. Just remember that this is going to be the huge, massive starting point indeed. There is also going to be like a very important, these days also going to be very important when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your social relationships, when it comes to your friends, and when it comes to relationships in general. This is going to be very, very good date, very, very good day indeed. And something very powerful is going to be revealed to you through somebody who means to you really a lot. Somebody's going to tell you something, somebody's going to let you know something really significant. Okay, so now going on the very first week of May, very first part of May 2019. Now, my beautiful Pisces, this is all about your own rebirth. This is how you're going to feel. This is what you're going to sense. This is what you will want to do. This is the optimism that is going to be very dominating when it comes to you. It's all about your personal rebirth, grounding, and your power and your own emergence. By the time you get to the end of May 2019, this is all going to be about your own emergence. This is all going to be about a certain readjustment, but a quite big adjustment when it comes to you, when it comes to your life, and when it comes to those things that you have been kind of focusing on and those things that you wanted to do. There's just so much going to happen throughout this month that is just going to become evidently like important, and the readjustment and adjustments are going to be very, very significant here indeed. In fact, the very first part of May is just going to start with a really interesting ending. You will just want that a certain ending is going to happen, and that ending, the certain spiritual journey is just coming literally to an end, and you will see exactly what this is. This is good indeed, because it's a very passionate time of your life that is just about to come out of this, stem out of it, and manifest out of this situation, because the whole new balance is going to come through, and that balance is just going to bring you a couple of things to think about, like a really important contemplation. That contemplation is just going to be like all about a certain kind of like a connection with you and with other people, with your family members, with the people in your life. But also there is a certain advice that you are going to get from somebody who means to you a lot, somebody who you really look up to, somebody who has got a really perfect balance of like a spirituality, business, success, and things like that. Somebody who you think of really highly is going to give you the life-changing advice, and that life-changing advice is going to set you free. That life-changing advice is just going to confirm what you already knew. That life-changing advice is going to be absolutely mind-blowing and life-changing, because it's just something that you needed a little bit of vavavoom in order to get on with your life and in order to make this really big changes. Almost as if you needed this confirmation, and that confirmation is coming, and it's absolutely brilliant. This in itself is just going to give you wings. It's going to make you feel really good. You will know that this is the right thing to do, my babies, indeed. On another hand, you know what else is going to happen? You know, by the end of the first week, or around the first week of May, you are going to get an inheritance. There is an inheritance that you're going to get, and this is going to be good. It's always good, of course. I mean, we don't want to lose anyone, but you know, I'm just saying that there is an inheritance that you are going to get, and if you don't get it right at the beginning of May, you are going to become aware of it, that a certain inheritance is going to become part of you. And if you don't have anyone to get an inheritance from, then this is also going to be like a certain amount of money that you're going to hear about, that you're going to become the part of it, and other people are also going to kind of be connected to this amount of money. You're not the only ones. However, there's an inheritance coming, and this is going to be quite good. Okay, on another hand, by the time we get to the mid part of May 2019, there is also going to be a little heartbreaking situation that you're going to need to deal with, and you're just going to need to make a certain decision based on the situation that you've just been through recently, and it's just a little bit of a heartbreaking situation you're going to need to do, but that's absolutely brilliant, because this is something that you need in order to get the certain self-esteem back, certain confidence back, certain power back, and this is all part of your own personal power, your own personal grounding, rebirth, and emergence. What I said at the beginning, this is so important. And also when it comes to like a work, career, finances, and things like that, the mid-May is just going to be like, ooh la la, my babies. It's going to be brilliant. I already told you the 29th of May is going to be like, it's going to be like the day, seriously. But the mid-May, it's already starting, where it's going to be this fantastic recognition. You're going to be aware, you're going to be made known. There's going to be really big change that you're just going to start kind of looking towards, that is just going to start happening in your life. This big change is absolutely brilliant, and it's all to do with your own personal recognition. This is so good, because this is going to become really evident that after this moment, after this point, the financial situation is just going to start changing, and all those feelings of insecurity that you might have had, they will go away, because now you're going to kind of be able to see the bigger picture. Absolutely brilliant news when it comes to the immediate family member, somebody who's in your family. If you haven't got any family, then it's going to be like a really good news by somebody who's like a really good friend of yours indeed. So the bottom line is a very good news that you're going to have, and you're going to feel so happy here, because you're not going to need to worry about this. It's just something that affected you at some point. And also very important choice. You're going to need to make a really important choice, and this is to do with you, this is to do with your love, this is to do with your emotions and things like that. It's just a really huge, massive homecoming time. This is so important, because I can see you like focusing on your home, and I can see you will feel this urge to make certain changes, which was what I've seen before. But this is so good, because it's absolutely the right time. It is all about your own victory and mental clarity, but especially when it comes to home, and especially when it comes to changes that you wanted to do, like really big changes. Now there is a really big step, really huge, massive step. It's going to kind of become available to you, and that in itself is going to lead towards your own victory and mental clarity indeed. Okay, I highly suggest you to get like a tiger's eye. This tiger's eye, I highly recommend you to wear throughout May and in June. Interesting, also very good to wear in May and June, both in June, because the tiger's eye is going to help you a lot, especially when you're going through certain changes when it comes to your home, when it comes to your career. There are a few changes that you're going through, like on emotional level, and you're going on the business level and on a career level. And sometimes we can just become a little bit more vulnerable, and energy can become a little bit more vulnerable. And in order to protect our energy when we are vulnerable, we can pick up on negativity much easier, like an evil eye by people and things like that. That's why I need you to wear protect yourself like a tiger's eye crystal. You see, this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And as I said before, by buying this, you're also supporting my channel. Okay, so this is something that I highly recommend you. And by the time we get to the last part of May 2019, this is really good, because you will do something, and there is going to be a very strong sign, something about the practicality and security that you've done recently. And now this is going to be very nurturing, a very important moment for you, because it's going to make you very creative, and that creativity is just going to become a very strong energy around you, and that in itself is just going to raise a certain vibration. And this vibration that is going to be raised is going to give you a vision. I just like this so much. This is so much to do with your optimism, so much to do with an excitement, so much to do with the next stage of your life. And this is going to be huge, because this is the part of the new dimension, part of the brand new spiritual journey that you're going to find yourself at. So by the end of the May, at around the last part of May, you are going to have a massive vision about your life, about your future especially. And this is so important. Pay attention, because this vision that you are going to have, it's going to be absolutely life-changing indeed, mind-blowing, life-changing, amazing, and the crystal clear. It's to do with what you've done now, what you're doing now, and what your future is going to be like. It's all about new life. It's all about new synchronicity. It's all about this new, beautiful energy that is coming through, and it's just about to change everything. This is absolutely remarkable time to follow your dreams, okay? Follow your dreams and trust your intuition. This month is going to be incredible. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationships. So this is for Pisces. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. Okay, interesting. This is the Magician just fell down, you see. Okay, and this is for Pisces, and it's for the actual May 2019, and it's for Pisces that are actually the Pisces that are in relationship. Okay, so this is for May 2019, and it's for Pisces that are in relationship. Okay, what is going to happen? There is already going to be really important time for those of you that are in relationship, because your partner is going to kind of prove themselves. They will prove something really important to you. I'm not saying that they needed to prove something to you, but they will prove something really important to you. But it's also they're going to be able to prove something very important to them as well. It's to do with them, it's to do with what they do, it's to do with their skill, it's to do with their work if they're working, if you're retired, for example, it's to do what they were focusing on, it's to do with what they know how to do, and they will impress you. They will impress themselves really big time, but they will also impress you because they will be able to prove something really important. But that in itself is just going to have a very significant impact on both of you, your relationship, and there is something going to happen this month that is going to be really good. And it's going to have direct impact on you, but really good impact in a form of optimism, because it's just going to give you like kind of more of a boom. It's going to give you the certain idea that is going to make you feel really good, you know, and also it's going to motivate you at the same time. Okay, what else I was going to say? My goodness, yeah, this is going to be absolutely incredible month indeed when it comes to the actual relationship. And also that your partner is just going to do something really good, something very romantic and very beautiful. It's going to happen this month in between you two. Perhaps things didn't work out, you know, perhaps you didn't spend the time with each other, perhaps, you know, your partner was like worrying about something that affected him quite a lot. I know that there was some kind of lack of balance, some kind of balance was disturbed, not in a bad way necessarily, but sometimes this really needs to happen in order to shake the energy in between us a little bit, in between you two a little bit, in order to get you where you need to get, in order to get a certain vibration and realize something really special, you know, about your life, about your partner, and things like that. However, your partner is actually going to surprise you in a really nice way. Your partner is going to do something for you and you're really going to like it. Okay, and what else I was going to say, there is just some kind of something very important also by the end of this month. Your partner is going to offer something to you, and the offer that your partner is going to offer ask you, it's actually going to be very much so a new start, a new beginning, but it's going to require from both of you to actually start focusing on a really big change. But it's a lot to do with where you live, it's a lot to do with like your immediate environment indeed, and you're doing a really big change together. However, this is going to be a brilliant month for both of you indeed. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle. La 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 la. Okay, Pisces, single and ready to mingle. Okay. Oh. Ooh, okay, so this is most certainly not going to be the right time, most certainly not going to be the right month to actually find someone. It's going to be a brilliant time to like kind of like a festival. You're going to have a little hermit. You see, I absolutely love hermit mode. I told you so many times, hermit is absolutely brilliant, hermit mode, because it's just kind of, it's all about like us having a certain power and us like kind of like going through the certain illumination. It's all about the illumination of our own path. So it is a really big realization that you are going to have, you see, and the big realization that you are going to have, it means that you're still focusing on somebody else that you shouldn't maybe focus on. And this is really important because your spiritual journey came to an end with somebody else that you're still focusing on without you even realizing. I'm repeating, this is for single Pisces, and it means that you are still kind of need to let go of someone. Maybe that person was with you, maybe that person wasn't with you at all, and you're still kind of focusing on them so much because you've got such a strong energy, Pisces. And that's what I'm saying, that's where you're going to have a little bit of a hermit moment, and that hermit moment that you're going to have is going to make you realize that it's time to let go of that person. And that is going to be really important because your spiritual journey with that person literally came to an end. There is no point to reconnect and things like that, because you're not meant to be kind of together anymore, and your spiritual journey journeys in general came to an end, and that's what that just came to an abrupt end, perhaps, in between you two. If you were in relationship, if you weren't in relationship, and you were just like kind of like a focusing on someone and thinking about someone in particular, this is perhaps not the right person, and you're gonna realize this indeed. So that's why I'm saying it's just all about you realizing that your journey came to an end with that particular person. When it comes to the actual like social relationships and things like that, this month is going to be brilliant. But you need to realize who this is. It's so important to realize this so you can let this person go, and then you can just allow someone else really special to come into your life. Mind you, I would like to stress that it's actually, when I see this in the cards, this is an important time indeed, because this time is trying to let you know, that's what these cards are out. This time is trying to let you know that now something really important is about to happen to those of you that are single, because there's someone very special going to come through forward, and that's why you just need to close the door to this person who is not meant to be in your life anymore. My gorgeous, my beautiful, my ever so precious Pisces, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you to bits. Okay, I'm sending you brightest blessings, healings, love and light. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.